All right, well, good morning, everybody. For those of you that have been to Bonaire, you might recognize that view right there. We're looking forward to a beautiful day. Had a golf cart at Bonaire Cruisers reserved. And before I forget, let me just tell you, those of you that rent through Bonaire Cruisers, they told me to inform you that to make sure you print out or have a copy of your rental agreement or whatever, so they can scan that and just get you in and out of the Bonaire Cruisers very quickly. It saves you from having to fill out a bunch of forms. You can do that online, and then they can just scan that QR code or whatever on your paperwork, and then boom, just get you on the road. Speaking of Bonaire Cruisers, let's go.
Cruise Code! Yeah! I love you, Cruise!
I just can't get away from a good time.
Coach Cruise, like, subscribe, share. You know what to do.
Check them out.
All right, so this is immediately after you exit the ship area, the port area. You're going to walk in between a couple buildings, and then you're going to take a left. Once you take a left, you're going to see some little tents, down along the side in front of you there. There you can see them in front of me. Now, the Bonaire Cruisers tent is the very last little tent at the end of this section. So you can just bypass all these other little tents and just zip your way all the way down here like I'm doing. Maybe you won't go this fast, but just to give you an idea. And then if you have your paperwork and stuff, you can go there, and then she will direct you to where their business is, where the golf cart is. Now, I'm gonna walk there. If you are not physically able to walk these few blocks to get to the Bonaire's Cruisers, then you can certainly request to be picked up. And then what she will do there at that little tent area is she will send somebody to pick you up, and then they'll take you probably the same direction that I'm walking here. But let me go ahead and speed this up and get you to the Bonaire Cruisers. Here we go. Okay, and once we pass this little red building here, we're going to take a right, and just up on our left here, once we get through all these puddles, and we were lucky, it rained and then the sun started to come out, so we were able to enjoy a nice day. But that is the Bonaire Cruisers entrance right there, and let's go ahead and zip in there. There's the desk to check in. If you have that paper, you see that QR code at the top. They will scan that QR code, and then if you enter all that information online, you are good. You are good to go. They will give you your information. They'll hand you some paperwork. You'll take it to one of the guys out here that will direct you to your golf cart. You see he's checking out my paperwork. He's saying, all right, come on, coach, let's get you set up here. And he's going to take us to our carts. Now, you see the white carts, those are the more affordable carts, but I will tell you, they are not near as powerful as the cart that they hooked me up with here. Now, it is an additional cost, as you might expect, for an upgrade to one of these fancier carts here. Now, what the guy does is he points out all the things you need to know about your golf cart, where the important things are, to fill up gas and things like that. The one thing about these nicer carts here is, you do have to fill them up with gas before you bring them back. So that is something to, pay attention to or whatever. But then, he goes over the different features, the turn signals, where all your safety features are and things like that and what to do. So that's what he's explaining to us here. And one thing I'll suggest, if your cruise line allows, is to bring a portable speaker. These golf carts are not equipped with a radio, as you might imagine. So it's nice as you're kind of zipping along to play some music, obviously, and kind of enjoy the ride as if you might be riding in your own car with the windows down. So that's an enhanced feature that does not come with the golf cart. But again, if you got a portable speaker, because it can be windy windy. So just playing the speaker through your phone, sometimes it's not allowed there. You see we kind of hung the speaker on a little hook up there. And even that speaker didn't seem to be quite loud enough to, adjust for all the wind noise or whatever. But it was, we still got to enjoy it for the most part. So yeah, get yourself a good little portable speaker like that, and you will enjoy your trip around Bonaire even more. So yeah, there's a couple tips for you. All right, here we go, everybody. Got the drinks. Got our golf cart. Let's go have some fun. And look, there's the ship right there. That's how close it is. All right, everybody. Well, this first beach stop is pretty short into the trip south. But wait for this, right? You ready? How about that? How about that? Can you see those little steps there? Those little steps will get you beach access. You got a little bit of sand there. So yeah, here is our little Bonaire Cruiser cart. It's parked right here. Throw it in park. Make sure you hit the parking brake. And yeah, we'll go down. We'll take a little dip. And cheers. There we go. All right, so how about this for paradise? Another thing might be a fact. I don't know, you can confirm or deny, but this might be, we're just talking about the softest sand that has ever hit our feet. I mean, it is so soft, this sand. This feels wonderful on your feet. You see that crystal clear blue water. We were in Aruba yesterday, and Aruba, of course, is beautiful. The water is crystal clear blue, and we were like, yeah, this water is even more clear than Aruba. So there you go. And this is just the first little dip that we're going to take on the day, but this is a pretty good one. Like I say, this is very short into your drive. You probably won't be driving more than about 10 minutes, and you'll come to this spot. You'll be on your right hand side as you're heading south, just past the airport a little ways. So once you get past the airport, just be looking to your right. It's a quick little turn off. You can see behind me, that's about how many cars can park in front. So it's not a huge little lot or anything, but yeah, it's just, it's stunning. It's stunning. Like I say, the little stairs, you can walk right down them, and make this a point to stop on your little south trip. Make sure you pack your bathing suits and have them on ready to go. All right, and here we go. All right, everybody, we have finished our first stop. One last look at that beautiful view, but we might come back here. We got the whole day. That's the great thing about doing a golf cart. It's on your time. If you do a tour, you're with other people. So there's a timeline. You have a certain amount of time in each stop or whatever. But when you got the golf cart, it's like, you want to spend an hour here, you want to spend 20 minutes here, whatever you want. And you get to enjoy this for as little or as long as you want. So cheers. And you look over on the other side, just look at all the salt. Look at all that salt. Look over on the other side there. Blue on this side. Tell you what, this is a little cool. I've been here a few times, and this is the first time I've actually seen them harvesting the salt. You got all the trucks out there, they're going back and forth. Look at all that salt. I mean, you all know the tractors and trucks are big. They are tiny next to those mountains of salt. This is Cargill owns this salt. But there you go, you're seeing a little something different. All right, so for those of you that don't know, Bonaire is known for flamingos, and there are a lot of flamingos on the island. One thing I will say, like when you go to the south side of the island, sometimes the flamingos are recessed quite a bit back. But if you're lucky, you'll find a couple of them here or there at some of these side ponds. Here we were lucky enough to find one. And obviously this particular flamingo is chomping away at something there. So that was a pretty cool sighting. And then later, stay tuned, we got up close and personal with some donkeys. So here we go. Hey everybody, so Bonaire has its history. And like many parts of the world, not all the history is something to be bragged about. So here you see we are at one of the slave hut areas. This is the white slave huts. There will be some other slave huts that we'll come across a little bit later. But let me flip the camera around and show you the inside of one of these. Here you have, I would say, about a 3-foot high entrance, maybe not even that. And I would say it's about maybe 6 feet long and about 4 to 5, about 5.5 feet wide. So obviously not too many people could be in here, but this is where slaves would sleep prior to, you know, going to work or whatever. So yeah, and they got one little window there, and then they would stash any belongings they might have up on the ledge there. So yeah, a sad situation, but you know, again, like many parts of the world, slavery existed here in Bonaire as well. This free, you know, without this, haven't asked you this question yet. Of all the places you scuba dive, where does Bonaire rank for you? And what are some of the places you've scuba dived, and you know, what do you?
Well, I've really only done Florida other than Cabo Verde off of Africa. But for me, Bonaire's number one.
Okay. Yeah.
You've done a lot more diving than I have.
For me, Bonaire used to be number one 20 years ago.
Okay.
But the coral dying off is really devastating. And I think anyone who's been diving 20 years or more always says the same. Because 20 years ago, someone else told me that when I was new.
Yeah.
You know, because you can see the coral loss.
So I was explaining this to Bridget. So you see these different pillars across the island. And we saw a white one, a blue one, a yellow one, I think, and here's an orange one. And basically what these pillars mean is as ships would travel around the island, the type of salt, they had different types of salt, and based on the color of pillar, the ships would know which area of the island to go to. Here is a different set of slave huts. We have some scuba divers going in here, just like the Jessica and Aaron who we just met. And yeah, some of the scuba diving here is beautiful. As Jessica pointed out, Bonaire used to be number one for her, but now it's Fiji because unfortunately, from what she says from 20 years ago, some of the coral is dying off in Bonaire. It's very sad to hear, and that's happening all around the world. So be careful and do what you can to help the coral remain vibrant and still grow and not die off for various reasons. Sunscreen is one of them. I always get reminded by my friend Meg down in Cozumel about wearing certain sunscreens that might hurt the coral reefs and things like that. So here is what we have. Here's the entrance to these slave huts, and as you can see, I'm a very large human. I understand, about 6'5", but it would be difficult for me to do this. I would have to squat down and then crawl in and lay down. I would certainly not be able to stand up, but these are the quarters, and many people have to fit in this small area. So Bridget's going to show you the inside of this.
And you can see just how small an area it is. And they would pack as many slaves in there as they could. So, and again, the height of that might be 5 feet. So if you were taller than 5 feet, you're going to hit your head on the thing. So it's only to sleep and stash a minimal amount of personal belongings. So there you go. Just telling Bridget we might see some donkeys over here. And sure enough, there we are. Got our little donkeys. Wish we had some carrots. Sorry, buddy. We got no carrots. I would like to give you some carrots, but I'll give you a pet if you don't mind. This is so cool. This is one of the coolest things in Bonaire, and we were looking for a grocery store along the way and couldn't find one. But we got our little friends here. Stop by. Hopefully you have some carrots, unlike us. We have nothing to offer, and I'm sorry for that, my friend. I am sorry. But you know what? Maybe we can give you some bread. We have some sandwiches. I don't know if you'd like bread, but we got a van pulling over now. This little guy is going to get bombarded with other tourists, like myself, being all goofy and weird. Hope you like that little scratchy scratch. We might have something. We brought some sandwiches. Oh, looky there. We have some old, unedible French fries, which I'm sure will taste really good. I'm hoping will taste really good to our little friend here. Let's see. Friends some French fries. Buddy. Here.
Well, you like the papas fritas?
Oh, good stuff. Those are better than carrots.
Yes.
You just go to town on this whole little bounty of goodness down here. Tourists, I love tourists.
I'm gonna go try and pick your friend up. I just got a few snakes. That's it. There you go. They're on the floor.
Bridget's an equal opportunity. She wants to make sure all the donkeys get fed. So she saved a few French fries for our friend back here. She's like, what do you got there? Let me partake in some of this deliciousness. There we go. Beautiful. All right, look at that. Got to feed some donkeys after all. We forgot to get the carrots, but luckily we had some old French fries. Like, yeah, don't touch me, woman. You're not touching me. Okay, so our donkeys here say, bring more French fries. They're like, you can keep the carrots. We'll eat the carrots too, but bring more French fries is what they suggest for the appetizer. You say 2 thumbs up for that? Okay, that's what they said. There we go. Like my friends in Bonaire. They're so full. I love French fries. A little pack of donkeys. Got them all? Okay, yes, everybody. How about this little slice of paradise? this is, you know, if you just keep driving past all the cars, you come to this little area here. You see we got a food truck over here? I was looking for that. I didn't see it, the yellow truck there in the background. But we had a great sandwich from the Carnival Deli that we brought with us. I had a turkey sandwich on a pretzel bun, and Bridget had a Reuben, and both of them were delicious because we shared with each other, let each other have some of our sandwiches, and yeah, now we're enjoying a little beverage here. It's only 2 o'clock. The cart doesn't have to be back until 5, so we have plenty of time. So we're going to enjoy maybe about an hour here or so, and then we'll get back in our little cart and a little shortcut to cut through the island. So it'll take us long getting back. Not as pretty though, but it'll get us back a lot faster. Alright, so that is grilled barracuda. Never had grilled barracuda before. This is going to be a first. And we got fries over here. We're just squirting some lime juice on our squid rings, aka calamari. And give us some kind of little salad there as well. We're waiting on our drinks. Alright, so it looks like our final stop was Sebastian's because we got to get the golf cart back to Bonaire Cruisers. It's supposed to be back about 5, so we have probably a good half-hour ride in front of us. But we finished off there with a good little dip in the waters in front of Sebastian's. You saw how pretty that looked. Had an additional little bites. We had the barracuda. Let me just tell you, don't waste your money. Really bad. Especially for the cost. It was $24 for the 2 tiniest little fillets I ever had, but we never had barracuda before, so we're like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Doesn't taste good. That's probably why you've never seen barracuda on a seafood menu before, and it wasn't fresh. Bridget is saying as well. I don't know what barracuda tastes like, so I don't know if that tastes fresh or not. The squid rings were good. I think they were only like 10 or 13 bucks, something like that. And we had some French fries as well. So that part is good. But yeah, stay away from the fancy grilled barracuda. Not worth the extra money. Drinks are, you know, for drinks, it's fair price. I mean, compared to what most bars are. I'd say your mixed drinks are, you know, $11 to $13. And your beers are $5 to $8, depending upon whether it's import or local and things like that. So there you go. All right, let's get back on the road. Let's go. All right, everybody, we're about to make the short walk back. We just dropped off our cart. Great time, as you saw, with the Bonaire Cruiser golf cart. I tell you what, it's $80 more for that upgraded golf cart,
Yeah.
but it is so much faster.
So worth it. It goes over the bumps and the cracks.
Yeah, if you're not concerned about speed and you just want a leisurely stroll, those white golf carts are fine and they'll get the job done. But if you want a little extra horsepower and just a little easier ride overall, definitely the 80 bucks extra for the upgraded golf cart might be worth it for you. So we had a great time, and we're headed back to the ship now. So here we go. I love the Bonaire port because you are just steps away from your little home away from home. That is the Carnival Horizon. And just look how massive it looks there in the ocean. That beautiful ocean water. It's very similar to Grand Turk in that way. Like Grand Turk, the ship is right there. Bonaire, the ship is right there. So we got a peacock here, or a turkey. I'm saying turkey. Just a beautiful sky tonight in Bonaire. This is about 7 o'clock. Look at that sky. Wow.